We have a sunny day, around, I would say, 22 degrees Celsius. Usually during summertime, as it is currently, it's between 20 to 25 degrees when the sun is out. This is, most trails here around where I live are sort of bluish or green. There are some red ones and black ones that we're gonna go to later. But for the first episodes, I think we're gonna focus on these green and blue trails. They're not that well. I'm commuting a lot, and I'm commuting in the forest, so I usually ride these trails to work, and you can ride from my home basically all the way into the city, the town, on trails like this one. Perfect for mountain biking. You always wonder if you're gonna fall off the edge, or perhaps hit a tree with your bar, and then it's a pretty nasty fall going down there, as you can see. See, the trail goes right along the edge there. Anyways, on this channel, this is my first time vlogging ever, so this might end up however. I just bought this GoPro thing. It's a GoPro 7. I think I bought a GoPro 7 just to clear things up. I could have bought the 11 or whatever the current issue number is, but I was mostly thinking that I'm not gonna spend too much money to start with. So I found this one. I used one for $100, and it has hyper smooth, which I think is gonna be useful. We'll see, but I think that's exactly what I need for chest mounting it when I go ride. Look at this. Someone's in trouble. I think a bird got eaten. So anyways, I'm gonna talk about mountain biking in general. I'm probably gonna talk a bit about maintenance. I'm gonna talk about gear. I'm gonna talk about how to make time to be able to mountain bike. I have a family, you know how it is. You got a wife, you got kids, and everything in between. You might have several hobbies. My conclusion is that you can only have one hobby. So how do you make time? How do you communicate this to family and friends? Ooh, bumblebee. Are you looking for your home, buddy? Are you looking for your home? It's somewhere here. Just keep looking. It's somewhere. Let's see if he finds it. Ah. Never mind. I'm gonna do some gear reviews. We're not sponsored in any way. This is the first episode, as I said. So I'm gonna just go through the gear that I have currently. We are sort of an English-speaking country, so English is my sort of second language. So you have to excuse me if I'm misspelling or pronouncing stuff the wrong way. Sorry. But you're here, you're listening, so I guess it's good. I'm not used to holding a camera like this. It's kind of tiring. I need to practice this a lot more. Shoulders are getting wrecked from like 2 minutes of footage. Crazy. Need a longer, what do you call them? The thing that you're holding. You call them a selfie stick. I need a longer one so I can hold my arms tighter to the body. But as I said, budget is everything currently. But I'll probably end up spending like 20k on equipment just because I'm such a nerd. Check this out. Pretty nice if you wanna practice some steep descending. It's short, but it sure is steep. It's a long way down. So as I said, I'll be commuting on this trail, so and it's pretty far. It's about, I think you can ride it through forest the entire way for around 20 kilometers. What's that in miles? Like 25-30 miles, something like that. Usually takes me an hour and a half to work, so I think I'm gonna shoot most of the content for these episodes when I commute. Because when I'm commuting, I'm not doing intervals or some sort of other training. What I'm trying to do is keep my so-called zone 2 in check. So if you can talk while you ride your bike, you know you're aerobic. That means you can speak full sentences and stuff like that. And that's really good for your endurance type of things. Being able to ride for long periods of time. Check this out. Here we have a small downhill section. We even have some sort of banked curves going down here, down to the road. This is kind of, I've never ridden here. This is kind of nice. Good practice. I'm gonna remember that. And then we can move forward. So I'm gonna commute and talk to you guys, keeping me in zone 2 as long as I can speak. There are some uphills that it will be tough, but yeah. So that's my end goal, and that's partly why I'm doing this vlog. Basically I can't find the time otherwise, and I want to stay in zone 2 when doing my commutes, to not get too sweaty and stuff like that as well for work. I work as a computer scientist, so I sit in an office chair the entire day, so getting out on the trail is essential for me, getting my aerobic fitness up and feeling good in general. In your 40s, I promise you, you might be 36, you haven't experienced anything yet. It's going downhill from here. Usually you actually don't see any bikers. There are plenty of folks riding this trail, but usually when I go out riding, I never meet anybody, and that's a good thing. There are horses though, and they are, you have to watch out. Take it easy when you meet a horse. Preferably walk, say hi, be polite, because they scare easily, basically. So now we're heading back. So remember, if you're watching this, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, or give a thumbs down for that matter. Leave a comment, preferably a nice one, but go ahead, shoot me a "you suck" comment. Doesn't really matter. If you thought it sucked, then you probably watched the entire thing. That's a good thing for me. What else? Yeah, we're gonna talk maintenance, gear, bikes, of course. I've used a couple of used bikes that had a lot of maintenance work. Currently I have a new one, a lot easier to maintain for now. It's a year old, if you call that new. We're gonna talk fitness, we're gonna talk probably some workouts as well. We're gonna talk about perhaps specific gear like cleats, perhaps SPD versus flats, different types of shoes, gloves, probably bags. We're gonna talk water bottles, pros and cons, some nutrition. We are probably gonna talk, I've talked about time management already. Look at this trail. Perfect trail if you're a beginner, or if you have kids, I take my kids here sometimes. They're 3 and 6. They can ride this. It's really just flowy, no roots or anything. Really great for kids. Especially since they don't have their gearing in order. They don't know how to switch gears. So just leave it in an easy gear and they can manage everywhere. And it's better for them to ride slow than fast. Number 1, they don't get hurt if they should fall. Number 2, they feel a lot happier when they manage, perhaps a bit of uphill. And number 3, their balance gets improved way more riding slowly than fast. From my own experience though, when you're a sort of grown-up or perhaps a junior, the more speed, the easier it gets. So not just your fitness improves, but your ability to conquer obstacles and stuff is greatly improved if you carry speed. So it goes your technical skills and your speed goes sort of hand in hand to my experience. But if you're on your first year cycling or mountain biking in particular, don't expect too much. We're gonna go through settings on your bike as well, like rebound dampening and everything. And don't fiddle with your settings. Set them all on neutral for the first year at least, and then start to experimenting, because you don't know how your bike should handle or how you like it to handle. So fiddling with your settings from ride to ride, that's pointless basically. You're gonna mess it up anyways. But if you like to and feel that you must, go small, 1 increment at a time. So rebound adjustment, for example, 1 click, see what happens, and 1 shock at a time. So go front first, rear later, or something similar. Don't do them both, then you don't know which one did what. Pro tip. What about the bandana, you might ask? It's 20 degrees plus. I shouldn't need to wear a bandana, but I do. I have a bad hair day, but some of you wouldn't say day, some of you would say year, because I seldom get a haircut. And while this is sort of out of my comfort zone, this was too much. But I'll show you eventually. Don't you worry, you're gonna see my hair. I'll also show you the trails that we're riding with some introduction, or perhaps a bit of post work using maps or something to show you the stretches. To my right is a farm where you aren't allowed to pass through. By the way, all Swedish trails there are no illegal trails basically. All trails are free to go mountain biking on. And there are plenty of trails. Because we have something called allemansrätt, and it's sort of all people's rights. So on all government-owned land or state-owned land, you're allowed. You're even allowed to put up a tent and sleep for the night. You have to move the tent every 24 hours, but basically otherwise you're free to go. So here's the car. Bye bye for now. Talk to you later. First video of episode 1 complete. Yay!